For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a very exciting new product from Kampa. This here is the Kampa Rally Club 390 Plus. So it all sort of means essentially something. The club refers to design of the new Rally Club. So you've got the main body here, which is 390 in width, but the Plus is very similar to the Rally Plus. Essentially you've got this added part built onto it and it all inflates as one. So you've got a single inflation point located in the middle, which then the air comes up and distributes itself through. So this extra kind of like annexy bit is actually built onto it and pitches as one. We've got it pitched here currently with the new inflatable 5-pole windbreak, and actually there's clips married up with a club range to allow you to clip it in bespoke to make it feel like a little enclosure into it. So it's very quick and easy, but you can check out the little video on the windbreak separately. The club itself is very similar to the normal club. Like I said, just the fact that you've got this added on, built on part. So it uses Kampa's Pro fabric, and yet again you've got obviously two nice big open sort of PVC windows / doors at the front, which can be completely removed. You've got a little mini canopy here as well, which helps that when it's raining, obviously the water can drops off and not necessarily comes inside. With the more curved ones, you did have the issue that essentially if you open the door, the water would then obviously just, any excess water would then drip inside onto the lovely table. So it's a nice little extra, it's also inflatable as well, and pretty rock solid when you do that. I always probably see this is probably my favourite awning so far this year, just because this extra plus part, in my eyes, I see it purely as a sort of wet or dry area. So you can leave your bikes, your dirty shoes in there, and then you work into your main living area, which you can keep down with a carpet, nice and clean and dry. But you can also double it up as using it for inner bedroom. So you can buy an inner bedroom to go in there, and it just, again, gives you another entity that you can sleep a couple of people inside the awning. The joys, like I said, it only requires 3.9 meters of straight rail along the top of the caravan. And that means that in theory, this plus part can actually go outside, the space of your caravan. So you can actually have a smaller caravan and the awning be slightly bigger. It comes in a left hand and also a right hand. So it depends on where you want this plus side, on to the left hand side of the main body or to the right hand side of the main body as well. So you've got obviously the functionality that you can sort of chop and change depending on what you want to do. We'll talk a bit more about sort of the ins and outs of it in a second when we go inside, but the thing I love about it is it's kind of that traditional look in the very much loved Kampa Pro fabric, but it's got a bit more of a modern edge, with the small side doors so you can nip in and out. It doesn't mean you have to have the whole panel open just to sort of get, where to and from the awning, and it still allows you having that straight front, and the way you've got that traditional kind of apex roof. The interior height in there is something that you won't find in many other awnings on the market. But let's have a look on the inside and talk through a lot more of the features on this model. So now we're in the awning, you can kind of get a bit more of a grasp for the inside of it and how it looks really. And like I said, the one thing you can certainly see is the sheer amount of headroom you've got inside of here. I'm being 6'2", 6'3", I'm nowhere near the roof of that, and that helps to yet again make the internal side of it feel a lot more roomy and airy. The joy of obviously front panels can be, like I said, completely removed, so you can get maximum amount of kind of not only visibility through the crystal clear windows, but the versatility that you can remove the panels and have it as like an open area. And it works even nicely, probably more nicely, with the inflatable windbreak that you can see to create your own kind of pitch. Like I said, by removing that, and that's kind of your enclosure, whether you've got dogs or anything like that, it's just kind of your area. I can certainly see sitting here, table and chairs, relaxing. It's a nice place to be, which is what you want when you want your home away from home, don't you really? So like I said, you've got a single inflation point on the external part of here. The air gets then pushed up, distributed through these sort of pipe works out into the rest of the beams. But then you've got isolation taps located, so you can actually sanction off each individual section, so it's in its own right. So God forbid you have an issue, it's just that one single point that gets deflated, and alternatively you just unzip that. So meaning you've got a sleeve like that, unzip that, you've got the outer sort of casing and then the internal bladder to there. And they've actually updated this sort of bladder system for sort of 2019, so it's a much more strong, robust, so further on down the line it's going to last even longer, you see. You've got small little ventilation points just up here with the canopy. Again, just gives you a nice circulation air to really sort of fight condensation. The thing about these is that the materials are incredibly waterproof, but what you find is that the moisture can't escape. So that's why you've got so many ventilation points now, not only at the top, but also in sort of side doors and a window obviously as well. Generally, like I said, with the flat front, it means you can put your tables right at the front there with a chair or so, and you've still got room to get in and out of the caravan here, which means, yet again, it's the joys of that you're not tripping over each other. This awning's actually 275 deep, so it's a little bit deeper than your traditional kind of awning, which yet again helps when you've got extra furniture in place, really. Let's pop that back over there. They do a nice range of bamboo tables and things. And that, yeah, it means you're not tripping over each other, and it just gives you that little bit more room to make it feel more comfortable and not pushed in. With the Plus model, like I said, you've got this dividing kind of panel, which you can completely remove if you want to make it in one big section. But I like the concept that you can leave this as, like I said, a wet or dry room. You can enter and exit to it as you please. These side panels actually can be removed and switched over. So if you wanted to reposition the side door as such, you swap that panel with this panel, and then the door then suddenly becomes here, which means when you come out of your door, you're not suddenly shutting the door to go through this side, you see. So that's, and yet again, you've got a nice blank window there, and then a mesh one on the other side, so helps with circulation. And actually, I'm not sure you can quite see it, but let's unzip this back a little bit. So, in the Plus parts, you've got a nice big old mesh panel here as well. So it just allows you to get, again, that circulation of air, to get it sort of fresh in air inside. But you've still got your curtains, so everywhere where you've got a nice PVC window, you've also got your traditional sort of style, caravan style curtains with a nice pattern on them as well, so you can get that privacy when you want to. And there's a little sort of retainer kind of push back there to keep that whole curtain nice and tight to the panel, so it doesn't sort of flap around. But yeah, and like I said, you can pull that to the side like that, and then there's a little button clip down the bottom here just to keep it all at bay. The Plus part panel here can be actually unzipped, so if you need to get to any storage lockers or anything like that, you can unzip this part, pull that back, access that point there. Alternatively, you've got a window, you've got a clear PVC panel in there, which you can, yet again, to allow light into the caravan, so you're not necessarily sacrificing. But you, like I say, because you can have this in a left or right-handed, it can actually hang at the back of the caravan and use that as a doorway round the back of it. But yeah, it's just that, make it look a bit nicer. So you've got a second zip positioned on the front panel, so you can put a mesh panel in place as well as the front panels, and that's an optional extra you can look at, as well as things like obviously lovely carpets, sort of roof liners, as well as ones that covers the sky windows and zip back up. Generally, I think it's quite an exciting model, and like I said, to be sort of sat here on an evening, sort of looking out with the enclosure if you wished, it's quite a nice and pleasant place to be in. And like I said, the headroom for me, I think, is a big thing. It does generally tend to make it seem kind of more roomier than you think. But yeah, I think from my point of view, it's a really well thought out awning, and something that I'm very much not a traditionalist, but I love sort of the traditional style, but with the air, and I think you maximise your interior room by doing that. But anyway, let us know what you think. Obviously, comment below, like the video, subscribe to our channel if need be to get sort of the latest, with all the sort of caravan and camping needs. And also, you can always check out our in pitching video of this model. You can see me putting up on my own. It was about sort of 12 minutes. So something this big for 12 minutes of work, I think, is really impressive. But any questions, let us know here at Attwoolls. But that is kind of our video review of the Rally Club 390 Plus.